Welcome to another Cup of Capo. Now today's Cup of Capo has to do with discipline. Now what do they say? They say that everyone has a good book inside them. Oh, well, I had this book. It happened in Pennsylvania. And I had this book. It happened in New York. And I had this book. It happened in New York City. And I had this book. It happened in Pennsylvania. Different version because they liked it, so they did in a second edition. And I had this book. It happened in New Jersey. And Almost a Wise Guy and The Secret of Publicity and the Science of Getting Rich and Adrenaline Adventures. And my latest one, Mysteries and Legends of New Jersey. All right, so why do I tell you this? To brag? All right, maybe a little. It was kind of cool because in 10 years I wrote all these books. But the thing is, people always go, oh, I want to write a book, I want to write a book. Then write it. Then they say, but how do you write it? And not trying to be sarcastic, I say to them, you do it word by word. And they're like, no, really, how do you write the book? I'm like, word by word. Anything in life. How do you walk somewhere? Step by step. How do you do anything? How do you build up your muscles? First you start with one push-up that you can barely do, and then you start working at it. Now the whole thing with all the books, the whole thing with discipline is you have to be able to say every day, I am going to work towards my goal. These books did not just get written magically. You know, people go, what do you do all day? Well, how do you think this comes out? You gotta work at it. You gotta work at anything you do. It's just not like I sit there and it might be myths and mysteries, but I don't sit there and go, oh, come on. You gotta work at it. First you do the table of contents, then you figure out what you're gonna write with the chapters, then you sit down, you do the research, you write the book, and you work it out. So if I know I have 4 months to write a book, I'll say, well, how many chapters are in that? And I'll backtrack. This chapter needs to be done by this week, then this week, then this week, so that I know that I have time by the end. But not only do I write the books for myself, I am also in all these books here. This one is a story about my cat. This one's about the fastest talker. I'm in Chicken Soup. Comic Lives. Actually, my picture's right across from Jerry Seinfeld. The Diving Almanac for the record I broke with the Titanic. Recognized Authority. Life's a Stitch. Revolutionary Laughter. There's a whole bunch of people in there. My Word. Ronald Reagan's in this book with me. Words of Wisdom. I'm right on the same page as Nietzsche. And then, of course, the first Guinness book that I was in the Ripley's Believe It or Not. So why? Why am I saying this to you? Because it's not like I'm different than anybody else. You want to do something, stop your whine and stop your complaining. Oh, it's really hard to do that. Yes, so what? Just get out there. Do what you love. I love to write. All right, I got to go now. I think I have to write about what I just told you.